My name is Dr. Blake Schroedter. I'm a clinical psychologist and associate professor. I'm the Department of Defense program lead here at the Road Home program. My background includes 23 years of military experience. I currently serve as a major in the command psychologist for 20th Special Forces Group. I think my favorite part of working with the Road Home program is being part of a creative environment that allows for program development and growth through trial and error. And so it really allows me to engage in a sense of creativity that might be difficult in other organizational environments. And so it's not uncommon for us to identify a problem, create a program, test it out, observe, and then we either launch and continue that program or we pivot into another area of focus. I think stigma continues to be a barrier for many service members, that fear that engaging in behavioral health care or being identified as having a behavioral health issue is going to have some negative consequence on their career. I think there's a lot more need for education around things like the Brandon Act that allow service members to engage in care without impact or implications on their career. At least on the Army side, it hasn't been my experience where an individual who has a general anxiety or depression or PTSD is not retained. A lot of times service members can come to us, they can engage in the treatment, we can provide the necessary documentation, and they can continue to serve with their unit. The Road Home program has been proactive in addressing these barriers by offering specialized services and expanding access to care. We provide National Guard substance evaluations, psychological evaluations for deployment readiness, and security clearance evals, all of which are specifically critical for the National Guard members who may have regular access to military treatment facilities. Additionally, we are growing our virtual programming to address common mental health conditions such as anxiety, depression, and PTSD. The virtual expansion supports both active service members and National Guard commanders, ensuring unit readiness. Through our VA liaison, we can also access both VA and DoD records, which helps to streamline the referral process and reduces workload for the referring providers. Our virtual outpatient clinic offers a wide range of specialized services tailored to the unique needs of military personnel across 40 states. These include National Guard substance evaluations and treatment, psychological evaluations for deployment readiness, security clearance evals, and command-directed assessments, in addition to the virtual accelerated treatment program, delivering care such as cognitive processing therapy, unified protocol, among others. Encourage command teams, behavioral health providers, and chaplains to reach out to explore how we can collaborate and integrate within your unit and organization to enhance the individual and unit readiness. Our goal at the Road Home program is not to replace the military medical treatment facility, but to act as a force multiplier by providing additional support through integration. We're here to work alongside your existing resources, helping to bridge the gap and ensure service members have access to care and the support they need. National Guard units, especially National Guard commanders, have a pretty tough challenge ahead of them where there might be a soldier on their team who's identified as having a behavioral health condition through an SRP or a PHA and is requiring care. However, the limitations to be able to find quality care that they can access and it's timely remains a challenge. However, I think the Road Home program certainly does a good job with filling that gap. One example that comes to mind is working with a National Guard soldier who came to us for a substance evaluation. Through that process, we identified this individual as having a civilian-driven PTSD event. We were able to deliver the cognitive processing therapy and reduce their PTSD symptoms below the threshold cutoff for that diagnosis. In addition, we were able to help that soldier clear that substance evaluation flag. And although they had to sit the bench for a deployment, they were able to get on the next cycle. The last time I spoken with that individual soldier, they were forward deployed in the Middle East and doing very well. I think that provides a snapshot of how we've managed to integrate and help commanders retain as well as increase performance for their service members pre, during, and after a deployment process. Yeah, so the new role the department program Department of Defense program lead, I think, is going to allow me to integrate 24 years of military experience and identifying, various gaps on, the active duty as well as the National Guard side, to develop programming to support service members prior to exiting the military, which a lot of times is the point where we identify problems either occurring or being exacerbated through retirement process or discharge. So I think if we can get ahead of these challenges while they're still serving, we'll be in a better place to mitigate the ongoing impact their military service may have had on them post discharge.